First things, don't get it twisted. God wants you to win. Start with the 10 Commandments. At least 40% of them, I mean, it's more, but 40% are immediately practical for a functional society. Like, I don't even know what they are off the top of my head, but don't lie, don't bear false witness, don't steal, don't kill. Like, why would God care about not lying? Like, oh, don't lie because I don't want you to. No, it's because if you lie, then people don't trust you. If you kill people, then people are probably gonna, the family member of the person that you killed, probably gonna come and get you. If you steal, pissing people off. It's all about making things function well, effectively. God wants things to work out. Now, this is not factoring in how audacious it is. The audacity, is that the right word? To think we know what God wants. You know? Like, saying we know what God wants. This is what God wants. God told me. These are pretty wild claims. But where does any idea come from? Like, where does the idea of freedom, liberty, socialism, mathematics, like, where is this? It's out there in the idea psychosphere. And God is the same way, right? He's out there, and we have to we figured out through life, and, history, what God wants, or what we think God wants. So, God wants you to win. I mean, that's what it's, the 10 Commandments. Like I said, it's about things functioning well. And then it's just like, oh, well, how do you know that's the right God? I think, and this is a heresy, probably, if you ask the people that call people heretics, religious people, is that I think all religions attempt to understand, like a language, like the word tree is not a tree. The word tree does not encapsulate the whole essence of the being of a tree. And there's different words and different languages for tree. And just likewise, God does not encapsulate God. But for the most part, pretty much people kind of know what I'm talking about when you say it. It's a language thing at a certain point. At a certain point, this whole issue it turns into actually a linguistic issue. Not to get all Derrida on you. But I think there's a practical approach. God wants you to do well. God wants things to go well. He wants life to be good, to flourish. And but that's not always the case. Like, for instance, I think there are times when you have to do what you feel like you're supposed to do, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to experience you're gonna get positive results, but you should do the right thing anyway. Like, I think about Van Gogh. Like, apparently this dude sold one painting, or he didn't. He sold like one painting his entire life, and he sucked at painting. But he felt like he was supposed to paint, and he didn't really get any positive experiences from painting, from anyone else during his life. But then he died, and now you know who I'm talking about. Everyone knows who Van Gogh is. Paintings are worth $1 gazillion. They're in museums. They've clearly impacted people somehow, even though he never got to see that. And Jesus, the man himself, people are still talking to him 2,000 years later. The year is named after, it's 2025. 2025 years since what? Since Jesus. Look at the impact that dude had after he died. So I think God wants you to win practically. So he wants you to do stuff that you're not going to be able to reap the benefits of. But you should still do them anyway. God wants you to win and do good stuff.